you.
Allow you to get the best of Google.
You already know the vibes. It's tea time. It's Big Fin Breezy. It's Who Run the City. You know what I mean? It is Saturday. You already know the vibes. My bad, Big Fin Breezy. I had to mute you because your background was extra loud. You heard? So whenever you're ready to talk, just unmute yourself. It just the background was just wild loud. Pause. Um, but yeah, it's Saturday. We here. I mean, I guess there's definitely two different moods of the fan base as of right now. We both played the night. Last night. Knicks get the W. Not so much luck for the Nets taking the L to the Dallas Mavericks. But we here. Shout out to Leaf. I see you in the building. Yeah, I would imagine. I saw the end part of that game. And losing is rough, but losing the way y'all did makes it even a little bit more tough, man. I ain't gonna lie. My God, Jimmy J1 in the building. Jack City is in the building. You already know. Nick Fan has just entered the chat. You know it. But yeah, so right now I'm gonna have to, Big Fan Breezy's here, but he's, taking care of some errands and he'll be here shortly. So I guess I can start the show, by talking about, the Knicks W last night. You know what I mean? It was a good game. Excuse me, a high scoring event. Knicks win 126 to 120. There's a lot that I want to say, but I really want to get here, wait for Big Film Breezy so we could get the conversation because he do ask some interesting questions sometimes. You know what I mean? But yeah, good W last night. Uh, I love what I'm seeing from my team. Brockwork is in the building. I see you, Playboy. Uh, love what I'm seeing from my team. I love what I saw from my team last night. Jalen Brunson was on absolute fire. I think he shot 8 for 12 from the 3-point line last night. Barry's in the building. You know what I mean? Absolutely on fire. That was a career high. Yep, that's a career high for Jalen Brunson. 3-point shooting in a single game. Uh, on fire, bro. Yeah, on fire, bro. It was amazing to see, especially him having a great bounce back game. He finished the game with 31 points and 4 assists, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Let me pull up my stats, man. I'm in here chatting. Uh, yeah, you know, yeah. So great bounce back game. I think it was 31 points, 4 assists for Jalen Brunson, leading all scorers. You know what I mean for that game. Yeah, 30. Oh no, excuse me. He was 31, 3 and 5. Beautiful, beautiful to see. You know who else? Somebody else who had RJ Barrett had a really good game. Uh, you know, there was some things that I wanted to see RJ Barrett do this year, and take steps in growth in certain aspects of his game. And the mid-range jump shot is something that I saw RJ Barrett was flexing last night, and that was something that I was big on. Pause, saying that he needed to develop, and that could take his game to another level. RJ Barrett finished the game 26, 3 and 6. Uh, and and I'm so far to start the season, I am really impressed with RJ Barrett. Against the Celtics, he finished with 24 points. This game, 26. Look out. I'm calling it now. This may be a early season overreaction, but I'm calling it now. We're looking at a breakout season for RJ Barrett and a possibly all-star spot if he continues to play this way. If RJ Barrett continued to play the way that he's been playing these first two games, we could be possibly talking about an all-star. In his first one at that. It is good to see FIBA basketball has done wonders for RJ Barrett game. I'm not gonna lie. Uh, he's being aggressive, but not being overly aggressive. Uh, he's picking his spots when to score, when to pass. His court vision has seemed to improve so far this season. Um, yeah, I'm highly impressed with RJ Barrett these first two games. Uh, let's talk about we could talk about Julius Randle. Offensively, he's still trying to get it together. Coming back from an ankle injury and spending most of the summer not being away from uh saying being away from. Listen, Cam is balling out. Him. Oh, there go Big Fan Breezy. Cam balling out of control. Yeah, I mean, he keep the scoring up the way he's scoring. Obviously, you're averaging. He's averaging like 30 points a game so far this season. So obviously, if he keeps scoring like this, yes, he should have an All Star spot. That's that's a given. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, back to what I was saying about R.J. Barrett. Yeah, but you also got to add in the fact that R.J. Barrett is racking up assists too. I don't know what Cam Thomas' assist numbers is, but I don't know if he's six assists in a game. You heard? Um, so like I was saying, back to Julius Randle. Julius Randle offensively hasn't really, stepped into the play that we know he is and can be. Uh, oh, there we go. Big Fan Breezy is here. Shout out to the bro for pulling up. You know what I mean? Uh, yeah. So I was just talking about the game last night. I'll try to wrap this up quick so you could, chime in and do your thing. But yeah, I was talking about Julius Randle. Julius Randle hasn't really, stepped into his own offensively yet and play as the player that we know he could play. Rehabbing from his ankle injury. But with that being said, he still almost finished with a triple double last night, 17, 12, and 9. Uh, I love the way he's playing basketball. He's not dominating the basketball. He's moving the basketball. Last night the Hawks tried to employ the same uh, coaching strategy as their previous coach when we played him in the playoffs which is shrinking the court against Julius Randle, and he picked that defense apart with 9 assists, hitting guys wide open. He should have had like 12 assists. Be perfectly honest. We missed some wide open 3 pointers. Julius Randle should have had like 12 assists, but you know picking defense apart with 9 assists, dominating the boards, and just the way he's playing basketball. He gets the rebound. He's been pushing the ball ahead instead of bringing up the ball majority of the time. Love what I'm seeing from Julius Randle. I know that his jump shot and the rest of his offensive game will come into play and get better as he start to get back into actual basketball shape. But yeah, love what I saw from Julius Randle. Well, let's talk about it. Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson. Man, listen. Mitchell Robinson, if he keep on playing the way that he played these last 2 games, I mean, he struggled a little bit against Kristaps Porzingis. Kristaps Porzingis being on. Oh, Pops is in the building. Yes, indeed. Yeah, shout out to my Pops in the chat, man. What's
What
good,
up? What up?
Pops? Yeah, I mean, yeah, but you know, what I was saying, Mitchell Robinson played a hell of a game last night. It was a battle between him and Capella. Uh, Mitchell Robinson is definitely if he keep on playing the way he's been playing these so far this season, he's gonna be a depoy candidate, bro. Uh, Swatting everything. I think he had like 4 blocks last night. Uh, he disrupting, taking away the alley oop from Trey Young to Clinton Capella is something that they like to do a lot in Atlanta, and he almost took that completely away from them. I think he got like 4 steals too to go along with his 4 blocks. He was everywhere last night defensively, and he was going crazy on the boards too. Pause. 13 rebounds. He was 13 and 7. Mitch Robinson is not going to score a lot, but defensively, what he was bringing to the team last night is invaluable. You know what I mean? And if he keep on playing like this, depoy candidate. Now, I could go on about the rest of the team, but this is a point that I wanted to make, and I was trying to like procrastinate till you got back so you can hear me say this, right? So Quentin Grimes had Trae Young in hell last night. He was in hell. I think he was like 4 for like 12 or some shit like that. 4 for 12 or 4 for 16, some wild number like that. Had him in hell last night. He locked down. He was locked up. He was Akon. You know what I mean? He was Akon. Quentin Grimes had him Akon locked up, wouldn't let him out. It was over. And seeing the type of defense that Quentin Grimes has played over the last 2 games, and I'm like, okay, he's ready. He's ready. I wish he got more because his jump shot has been in fuego these last 2 games. You know, not only is he shooting the 3 well, he's shooting the 3 over defense. You know what I mean? And
I think his camera froze. Just give him a second. Give him a minute. Shout out to the chat. I see W chat. Shout out to Leaf. Shout out to Brockwork. Shout out to Skeen. Shout out to OG Triple OG T-Time Pops. Shout out to Jimmy J1. Shout out to Jack City. Shout out to all y'all, man. Shout out to the Nets fans. We the best fans. You know, I kind of want him to finish his soliloquy. All right, there you go. Oh man, I don't know what's going on. There you go. Yep, I can't hear you. It's on mute. It's on mute. It's on mute. It's on mute right now. All right, it's off mute. The audio coming in.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave the studio and come back because this shit is wild right now. I'll be right back.
All right. I know y'all call me Nick Fan Breezy, but I didn't see the games. You know, I was listening to what T-Time said about the games because I didn't watch the games. I was busy watching the Nets games, but I do try to follow the Knicks games so that I could counter points and say, oh, that's cap or not cap, you know, when I do the show. Excuse me. But I didn't see the games. You know, I was just kind of listening.
Yo.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I guess I gotta use the iPad audio. Whatever. But yeah, y'all gotta stop saying that the notion that Trae Young somehow owns the Knicks is false. You feel me? It's false. You got to give it up. I think he's like 5-16 against the Knicks his whole career in a regular season. He's averaging just around 20 points a game against the Knicks when he's more of a 26 to 27 point scorer a game kind of a person. Like his field goal percentage is not really good against the Knicks, and he loses a lot against the Knicks. He got to stop living off of that one playoff series. He got to stop living off of that. This whole postseason, you know, they kept every interview he did. They kept on asking him about the postseason series, a first round postseason series from 3 years ago, right? Then he spent the rest of the postseason complaining about how Jalen Brunson got his FIBA spot, only to get cooked by Jalen Brunson 2 games into the season. Sauteed, simmered, cooked 2 games in the season. When y'all talk about Trae Young and the New York Knicks, I need y'all to start telling the truth. He had 1 good series, but for the most part, he get his ass whooped by the Knicks on a regular basis. That whole Trae Young, clip that. He's 5 and like 12 or 13. I can't remember the exact number, but he's in the low teens when it comes to his losses with the Knicks. So that notion that he runs the Knicks, clip that, bro. It's cap. It's cap at this point. Yeah, Dante DiVincenzo had a good game too. All around good game for my guys. I wish we played just we offensively. Hunter was going crazy. But all around good game. I'm gonna land the plane there because I was talking the whole time you were going.
All right. Shout out to T-Time. Shout out to the Knicks. And again, I just want to start based on what I seen early on the page. Now, I see that y'all calling for KVN Culture Live, and it's going to happen. Don't worry, guys. It will happen. But this is about Anna Bryant and kind of the Mike report and just this whole notion of me being a hater of the Knicks fans. On one side, y'all saying I'm a Knicks fan, then y'all saying I'm a Knicks hater. Y'all try to connect all these dots about me and the Knicks. When the truth is that when me and T-Time started the podcast, I've always said since the beginning, I hope that we compete so well that we see each other at minimum in the playoffs, at best in the Eastern Conference Championship. So case in point is all of this rhetoric about me being a Knicks hater is false. And a Knicks fan also false. Now, y'all see the post. Y'all can take what you want from it. Y'all said what y'all said. I said what I said. But I still stand with what I said. Barry came up here last week trying to kick up dust. Got smoked by me and T-Time. Trying to say that KD's a better scorer. Trust me. And I heard the arguments. But nobody really argued for Carmelo. I mean, me and T-Time argued for him. But a lot of people didn't. And what I'm saying is, he's still in front of KD far as points, and the only reason why he's not higher is because he got kind of he had a bad out with the NBA. Some shit happening where he wasn't hooping, and
he got
was
blackballed.
Basically, yeah, he got that's what happened, and he basically, in my opinion, talent wise and ability wise, he definitely when he was not playing for the NBA was at a competitive level to compete with NBA competition. So they did that shit and they were wrong for that. You know what I'm saying? But I still stand on what I said because Carmelo, I was a fan of Carmelo since he was a rookie. To my knowledge, him and LeBron came in the same year.
Yeah.
I watched their whole career. If you watch LeBron career, you pretty much probably watched Carmelo Anthony's career because they were rookies at the same time, and they were like two of the best rookies when they came in. And when he did, his impact to the Nuggets was immediate. So even to this day, him being a father, I think his son is about to go to Syracuse. I watch Carmelo Anthony. He's not even in the league, and I'm still a fan of what he is and what he do. So I stand on that. Now, that being said, to Anna Bryant and all the Knicks fans that want to call me a hater, I said in my predictions last week that y'all will be 2-0. I had y'all edging out Boston. I just had y'all clearing the Atlanta Hawks. But from what I hear, Drew Holiday gave Jalen Brunson a hard time that game. Like he had a poor shot performance. Like his field goal percentage it was bad. And that's part of the reason why they lost. That's my only assessment because I didn't see the game. But when I seen the box score, that's what it looked like. And I was saying at the T-Time last week, I think the X factor is this game is on how well Jalen Brunson plays. And I was listening to what T-Time was saying about the Atlanta game, and he said that he was shooting lights out, shot like 8 for 12 for 3-pointers. So in my assessment, in these first two games with the Brooklyn Nets, as much talent as they may have or may not have, if Jalen Brunson plays well, they win. If he don't, they lose. But before we get to the Nets, because like you said, you got a limited time, you're gonna be here for a minute. Talk to me about quickly and what it means that y'all didn't give him the extension, and what goes on with that? Like, are y'all keeping him, or in your opinion? I mean, you don't obviously, we don't know, but in your opinion, what happens with quickly is?
I think the whole fact that he didn't get the extension this all season is blown out of proportion. He's a restricted free agent, which means that the Knicks can match any offer he gets from any other team this upcoming offseason. And we have the salary cap space to do so, right? And if we wanted to, we can offer him more money than any other team can, right? So I feel that the Knicks didn't want to outbid themselves, right? They didn't want to outbid themselves, which makes sense. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You allow him to go into the offseason as a restricted free agent and see what his market value is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let him field offers from other teams, and if we feel like that the offer that he receives match what we're willing to pay, then we'll match it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I don't think we trade. We're not trading quick. We're not trading quick, Playboy. You know what I mean? At least not during the season. You know what I mean? Like if there's a situation where the Knicks probably don't want to match whatever offer he get, maybe it could be a sign and trade situation. But us just trading him during the season, that's not going to happen. I can tell you that now. We're not trading quick during the season.
Okay.
But yeah, I just think that the Knicks probably didn't want to outbid themselves. He's probably asking for a lot, and the Knicks is like, well, I'm not sure you're gonna get that anywhere else,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then his side is probably like, yeah, I think we can. And Knicks are probably like, okay, off season, go see if we can get that bread. But we have the ability to match. You know what I mean? That's the reason why I'm not worried. You know what I mean? Because as long as it's a reasonable price for Quick, I believe that the Knicks is going to match, and he's going to stay a Knick for the foreseeable future.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. Obviously, he was one of the few players offensively that played well in the Boston series. So obviously, it's not affecting his game. He didn't have as good of a game against the Hawks. But yeah, I'm not worried.
Yeah, nah, respectfully. And again, I just want to say shout to the front offices of the teams that we fans of, because they, especially the Brooklyn Nets, are trying to gain control of everything that happened with the off seasons with the superstars and Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. And I'll even throw in the DeAndre Jordan because he got a contract for nothing. So I think that's more the MO of what's going on with the Brooklyn Nets. You see that in Lonnie Walker, who's been playing stellar. He missed the first game. He had a DNP. I don't know why, but he played the second game and he had like 22. And he shot at a high clip. He was like 5 for 9 or something like that. Like really out there hooping, you know what I'm saying? And I like Lonnie Walker. I think we only got him for like 2 million or something like that. And it's good to see that productivity from a player who's not getting the bag, you know what I mean? Because it's like the thing to say, oh, okay, he's getting this much money, he should be playing this good, you know what I'm saying? And of course you're going to say that, but that being said, listen, I'm impressed with Lonnie Walker. He was 5 for 9, 21 minutes, 4 for 6 behind the 3-point line. He had 14 points. Excuse me. He didn't have 22. I exaggerated. He had 14 points, but he was at a +8 on the plus minus. Now, shout out to my guy P, because he kind of explained this for me. This is a stat that kind of I was unfamiliar with. He says that the plus minus is more of what happened when they were on the floor. Were they gaining the lead or losing the lead? So that's what the plus minus for is. Plus, you're gaining the lead. If you're minus, you're losing the lead. So sometimes, but again, it's good to watch the games. The box score doesn't tell the whole story, but not the whole job. And before we get into the game, which was 2 losses, so trust me, there'll be plenty of time for us to get into that. But I seen some good points. But I seen Brock work in the chat. He asked, who's better, Cam Thomas or Quentin Grimes? Now, since rookies, me and T-Tom's been having this conversation, and what I will say is this. Cam Thomas showed up and proved he is exactly who Nets fans thought he was. He's an extreme bucket that's going to score the ball relentlessly. Like, he had 36 the first game. Off the bench, broke an NBA record, did it shooting over 5 shooting a high clip, over 500%. In the second game, he had 30. So right now he's averaging 33 points per game. I don't know, T-Time. I don't know. And that being said, I feel like all of the stuff that I was saying about him as a rookie is consistent with what we are seeing now. He has the opportunity to, be a starter. And as a starter, he had 30 points, shooting 12 for 19. I'm impressed. consistent with what I said prior up until now. But when I hear T-Time breaking down who Grimes is, these are two different players. You know, you're not gonna get so I don't think it's about who's better or not right now because they are two different players. Cam Thomas pretty much is the guy that runs our offense. It's not Mikal Bridges, it's not Cam Johnson. I was saying that our offense was going to be based on them being a duo and them a top 10 duo. I'm gonna sit right here and tell you I was wrong. I was wrong. They're not going to be a top 10 duo from what I could see. Mikal Bridges has to accept that he is not the number one option and still feel like he can contribute to this team. And I said this question, and I'm going to ask you, T-Time. Is it fair to say, far as players is concerned, that it is Mikal Bridges' team, even if he doesn't lead the team in points? Because right now the conversation for Nets fans is who team it is. Now I'm gonna give it to Jacque Vaughn because of everything that's going on, but from the player side of it, it's Cam Thomas. He runs this team. It's definitely Jacque Vaughn's team. We're not going above the coach. We're not saying Cam Thomas is more important than the coach, but it's definitely Jacque Vaughn's team. But Cam Thomas, as a player, he runs this team, not Mikal Bridges. That's how I feel. So I'm asking you, when the Cam Thomas, Quentin Grimes conversation, I'm saying that I don't think they're the same players. So I don't really like to contrast it because you said that they had Grimes guarding Trae Young. So, you know, he's more on the defensive side of the ball than the offensive side as far as obligation. Cam Thomas is definitely obligated to carry the offense more than the Quentin Grimes is. And Quentin Grimes is definitely, supposed to, be a defender more than the Cam Thomas is. But Cam Thomas is a good defender, not a great defender. I seen him out there. He had he caught 2 charges last night. And that was dope. It was good to see him being competing on the defensive side of the ball. But again, not to be long-winded to the conversation, Cam Thomas and Quentin Grimes, how do you feel about the contrast, about the comparison from the rookie season up until now?
Yeah, definitely their careers is taking 2 different trajectories. You feel me? I agree with your assessment of both players pretty much. Cam Thomas is definitely a bucket. I never really have smoke for Cam Thomas except for the fact that he never got the PT. But now you see what happens when you give him the PT. We all knew this was going to happen once you gave him the PT, right? Quentin Grimes is in charge of guarding the best perimeter wing player every night. That's his job every night. Don't care who the star is. Quentin Grimes is checking that person. You know what I mean? He doesn't get the shots that Cam Thomas gets. You know, he's not, the offense is not, he's not the first, he's not the second, he's not the third. Wait, who else is on the court? Yeah, he's the 4th option in the starting 5 when it comes to getting a shot up. And we got guys in our starting lineup, they take roughly about 20 shots a game, each of them, right? Around there, like between 16 to 20 shots, each of them. You know what I mean? In the starting lineup. Quentin Grimes is lucky if he get about 6 shots in a game. You know what I mean? Like he got off that night, pause, if he takes 6 shots in a single game. You know what I mean? But I agree. I'm not going to rack my brain try to compare him to find out who's better, because then what you would have to do is go into deep analytics to assess the value to each team, right? Like, and I'm not doing that. I think they're both great at what they do. I think Quentin Grimes is definitely a great defender. One of the better, I think he's in the top echelon of defenders in the NBA. And Cam Thomas is proving so far that he can be one of the top scorers in the NBA. So let's just leave it as that. Let's just leave it as that. You got to unmute yourself, Playboy.
That's exactly what I was saying. I was saying that he could score 25 plus per game. That was consistent with the truth. I didn't know he would be in the top 5. I didn't want to jump the gun and say that he could be a 30-point scorer. But I remember we was discussing this, and you was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yo, they gave him the green light. He gonna be the man." You was like, "Yeah, but can he sustain it at a high field goal percentage?" The answer is yes. He did it the first game. He did it the second game, and I
Bro,
don't think it's
only 2 games.
right.
The answer
But
is not yes. Yes. It's only 2 games, bro.
I mean, I say it's yes because of his shot selection. The first 2 seasons you got to see Cam Thomas is because they were trying to fit him in a role to appease the roster with KD and Kyrie. Be the point guard, be kind of a facilitator. We need you to catch and shoot. We need you to knock down a 3-ball, that kind of thing. Once they left and they seen what we got with Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson in this third season, and the reason why I think this is an ongoing theme and will stay consistent with him being in the range of 25 to 30 points a night is because of his shot selection. They now cater to Cam Thomas. The first 2 seasons they asked him to cater to the Brooklyn Nets style of play. And now they're asking him they catering to him. Now, the reason why I say that is when you look at his shot selection, it's more midi, it's more attacking the basket, and it's less 3-pointers. Now, I'm not saying he don't take no 3-pointers, but the volume of 3-pointers that they asked him to take in the first 2 seasons as a professional isn't the same as this season. You see Cam Thomas getting more plays, less ISO situations. He's getting more screens. He's getting more picking pops, picking slips, picking rolls. You know, Jacque Vaughn is actually drawing up X's and O's for him to score the ball. And I think that's the significant difference from this season, which is only 2 games, to the last 2 seasons. So I think me having this assessment, it feels good because I feel like I was a big fan of Cam Thomas. And when he got to the team, I'm like, yo, I'm a big fan. And now today, he is my favorite player on the team. Shout to the Mike Report. I know you call Mikal Bridges the franchise. Listen, shout to you, Mikal Bridges. I like you too, but we want to see you keep your head up. I say you were kind of down on yourself. And again, I know that you may look at it like you feel a little competition with Brunson in a sense where Brunson was on your team and I was even hyping it. You know, now he leads his team. You're supposed to lead the Brooklyn Nets, and you're not necessarily doing that. But I think this is on Jacque Vaughn. Now, I want to say that I want to see Mikal Bridges in the post getting plays called for him. He's a big guard. We shouldn't have lost that game to Cleveland. I feel like we didn't use the size mismatch. We didn't put Mikal Bridges in a post, have him do a switch where you got now Darius Garland or Donovan Mitchell guarding him. Like, yeah, the Spider, he's hard to guard, but make him play defense. Put him on a post, do what you do. We didn't do that. So we didn't take the advantages we had over Cleveland. It's like, I don't want to see us play other teams' game. I want us to play the brand of basketball that the Brooklyn Nets play. Don't let nobody change what we doing. You know, we go in and we stick to our plan and we stick to what our script and what we got going on. Don't let them decide how they're going to set the tone and pace for how we do things as a ball club. So that was my issue. And I think that's why I was upset at Jacque Vaughn, because I thought we could have beat the Cleveland Cavaliers. And on top of that, bruh, come on, Bridges. You can't let Spiders just steal a ball from you like at home. Nah, you got to toughen up, bro. Like, the fans got your back. Trust me, this is a great fan base. We're not going to give up on you. It's only 2 games, but trust me, we've been waiting for basketball since April. So we definitely was anticipated to see these 2 games, see what was going to happen. It's the first week of basketball. And again, I said this last week about Cam Johnson. I think he's good, but I don't know if he clears 65 games. Already in the season, he gets hurt in the first game, and in the second game, he misses that game. Nick Claxton, to me, that's an anomaly. That shit won't happen much for the most part. Well, he did have injuries in like his first, second year, in that third year and fourth year he played or something like that. But case in point is that I think he's going to be healthy opposed to Cam Johnson. To me, I'm on the fence with Cam Johnson as far as health. I think once he is on the floor, he spaces the floor great, especially for Ben Simmons. And shout out to Ben Simmons. He's been playing great. Not fantastic like he was with the 76ers, but definitely better than last season. He had like 10, 10, and 8 yesterday. I expect for him to stay consistent doing that. Let me see. He had 10 points, 10 boards, 8 assists. If he could average 10, 10, and 10, I consider that a win.
How can you consider that a win when you paying him $40-something million?
I ain't paying him. You know what I mean?
I mean, but your franchise is paying him $40 million to put up role playing numbers. It's crazy.
Well, 10 rebounds is definitely something that contributes to the Brooklyn Nets being a good basketball team, because we lack rebounding without Ben Simmons. That's for sure. 10 assists, we definitely need him to facilitate. And if no, he had 8 assists and 10 points. But if he could score around, in my opinion, I would like for him to score a little more aggressive, like around 18 points. If he could get 18 and 10, I will be happy. You know what I'm saying? But right now, with only 2 games in, do I think he has the potential to score 18 and 10? Yes. I think his point total should go up a good from.
Here's the problem I'm having with anybody trying to big up Ben Simmons' production right now. All summer, we heard about how he's 100% healthy, how he's going to be more aggressive, how he's trying to get back to being all-star Ben Simmons, even better than that. And the first game you come out and you put up 4 points. Second game you come out second game you come out and put up 10, and you a $40 million man. That is nasty work. I get it. We all know he can rebound. We all know he can pass, right? But the knock on him, even when he was injured, wasn't if he could rebound or if he could pass the ball. Like even last season when he was injured, he was still rebounding and still passing the ball well. He wasn't scoring, and he still isn't scoring. Like, where's the improvement in that part of his game? Offensively, where have you improved? You're supposed to be healthy now. You're supposed to be aggressive. You're supposed to be all these things. And you're none of those things right now. You know what I mean? You're doing the things that we already knew you could do. Even hurt, you were doing these things.
I mean, again, I think his highest point total with the 76ers was like, I don't know. What
18?
Was it?
Like 18?
16, 18 points. I'm going to check
18?
right now. So I don't think, I think the minimum is around 10 points. You know what I'm saying? Like he definitely got to do better than that. Checking the stats, it was about 18 in 2018, 2019 season. But all of the good seasons he had, he averaged about 16 or more. So if we could get him back to that, it's 16 or more, and he had 11 field goals in that situation. In this season thus far, he has about 2 less field goals per game. He just got to be more aggressive. You know what I'm saying? He got to be more aggressive. Like you said, there's no excuses. As Nets fans, we're not giving him excuses because we know he's an essential piece to us actually winning basketball games. And I think he's a better perimeter defender than Mikal Bridges. And I really felt like Jacque Vaughn, should have had him out there guarding Luka. Like Luka, bro, I call him Lucky Doncic. I call him Lucky Doncic. His name is Luka Lucky Doncic. The type of shit that he be hitting. Even last year, when he beat the Knicks off of a play, it was like a fluke. Like the ball went up and then it like landed in his hands some type of way, and he just like tapped it in, and like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like that's the type of stuff that it takes to win. And these are all things that happen in basketball. You gotta love the game. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I wasn't loving that part of the game after when I seen it, but I did think that we did compete. And if we can compete the same way we did last night, we're gonna beat some teams. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't respond so greasy, man.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So Jalen Brunson's also not almost 7 feet. So yeah, he's not going to rebound as much as Ben Simmons. But Jalen Brunson can shoot and he can score the basketball very well, way better. Not even close. Offensive talent, not even close. Not even close. Jalen Brunson is a solid passer. Now, if he focused more on passing than scoring, I think he can average 9 assists a game, right? But he's in charge of scoring. and he does that well. He's actually helping the New York Knicks win basketball games. A major reason, not just a minor reason or a small part, but a major reason why the Knicks are any bit successful. You feel me? Can you say the same thing for Ben Simmons? No. Also, Ben Simmons makes 2 times the amount of Jalen Brunson. 2 times. Got his paycheck twice. So y'all paying 40 plus million for a guy who can't shoot a 3-pointer to save his life and showed that he's scared to shoot the basketball at certain times. It's not even just that he can't. He showed that he's scared to do it. My guy, on the other hand, no fear. Gonna give you 30. Give you 25, 30 on any given night, and still can give you 7 or 8 assists on a good day. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's the difference here. And
that's so breezy take, not my take.
Yeah, and Jalen Brunson don't cost $40 million. Y'all paying $40 million for a guy to score 4 points.
Okay, Brock worked with the pushback. He said 10 boards, 9 assists a game will get you in the Hall of Fame. I guess he's saying ask Ben Wallace.
But yo, if Ben Wallace wasn't a champion, he would not be in the Hall of Fame, bro. That's facts. If Ben Wallace did not win a championship, right, he would not be in the Hall of Fame. Does Ben Simmons have a championship? Nobody has ever questioned Ben Wallace's want and hunger to play the game. Ben Simmons, kind of been a question about him. 40 million for 4 points, bro. 10 points. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, that's role player numbers he putting up this season so far. Role player numbers, 40 million. He's getting paid. He's one of the highest paid players in the NBA, and he's getting paid role player numbers. You know what I mean? So there's that. So it was something else I wanted to talk about too before I forget, because people be shitting on my boy Julius Randle consistently, right? And there's a stat I just had it and now it's gone. But I'm gonna do the best I can from memory. Wait, hold on, I do have it. Where's my other phone? My fault, y'all. Bear with me 1 second. There's a stat that came out regarding Julius Randle. Julius Randle is the first player in NBA history, right, in the first 2 games to have 30 or more points, 20 or more rebounds, 15 or more assists, and 5 or more 3-pointers made in the first 2 games in NBA history. Nobody has ever done that before. Luka done it after him. Right after him, Luka did it. Literally. Next game go off, Luka accomplished the same feat right after. But yeah, Julius Randle, first player to ever do that, making history, and he's not even playing that well offensively. That's the crazy part. You know what I mean?
I know you ain't got much time. I know you say you're closing out quickly, right? So I don't wanna hold you guys, and I just want to get through some more content. Listen, we're gonna do Cook Coach Alive, and hit that like button, man. Y'all don't like us? You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button. As of now, as we speak right now, Cam Thomas is the number 9 scorer in the NBA, averaging 33 points per game. I think this is an ongoing thing. I just want y'all to see that.
Zoom in, bro.
Yeah, I got it. He's ninth. He's ninth. Now, I think he could sustain these numbers. And you look at the guys in front of him, I think they could sustain their numbers too, to an extent, but not all of them. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Damian Lillard is going to average 39 points. No. Luka, 41 points. No. Donovan Mitchell, 35. I don't know. I just don't believe he is. Curry, 34. No. Cam Thomas, 33. Yeah, maybe yes. Now, maybe that sounds a little biased, but but I do think he's going to be in the top 10 scoring based on this list. He's definitely a top 10, top 15 scorer. And the 15 scorer is DeMar DeRozan, averaging 26 points per game. Do I think Cam Thomas can average 26 points per game? Yes. I just wanted to get into that.
RJ
Huh?
Barrett is top 20. I ain't even know that.
Okay. I didn't see that. My fault. But shout out to him. All right. So now, because we about to close out, shout out to y'all for showing up. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to T-Time. Shout out to all the Nets fans. We the best fans. I think that the next we got 3 games before we see you guys next Saturday. Next game is Charlotte. I think we take this 0-2 and we let them Hornets have it. Say, y'all the whore Nets. Y'all whores of Nets. We the real Nets. And we give them that work. Shout out to the Hornets. Shout out to the Charlotte Hornets. But I think we win that game. I think we win that, and then we're 1-2. I think it's going to be a tough act versus Miami. I'm going to be honest. But same thing like I said last time. If we take that win in Charlotte, we'll go into Miami with the momentum. We swept them last season. It's not like they can't be beat. And I think some of this is contingent on health. If Nick Claxton is there, even if Cam Johnson not there, if Nick Claxton is there, it'll really help us. And
sorry to interrupt, but what happened to Nick Claxton? I missed that. Like I saw that he did DNP last game.
He rolled his ankle in the first game, and he labored through it in that first game, and in that second game they ruled him out. He was on the injury list after that.
That's not what's up.
Yeah, nah. We need Nick Claxton. I mean, he's essential to our defense. We might even have a chance of winning that second game with Claxton because Lively was giving us a hard time, and Day'Ron Sharpe didn't give us much of nothing, and Giles didn't play. So DFS showed up. He was good, but not to be long-winded. Miami is going to be tough, especially if Clax's not there. But I'm gonna be confident, big confidence in my next team, and say that we win that game as well. The third game is Chicago, which is the first play-in tournament game. That's Friday.
Mid-season tournament. It's not the play-in tournament.
Yeah, mid-season tournament. Yeah. I had thought that it was going to be dope because, it was the division games, but Chicago not in our division, so I don't know what this is about. I think it's more of a money grab than anything. That's just my opinion. Case in point is, I think that we beat the Chicago Bulls and we come back to the next KVN Who Run the City podcast 3-2. That's how I look at it.
So you saying 3-0 in this upcoming week?
Oh yeah. I don't look at those losses that we had and say, "Damn, we just not a good team." I see, and always, you already know this already, T-Time. I always discuss the clutch games, and that's what happens when it's 5 minutes left in the game and the score is within 25 points. Those 2 games we lost were 2 clutch games. We lost by 1, and I think we lost by like 5 to be exact. So those were considered 2 clutch games, and we 0-2 in clutch games. So we have to set up a better situation where Cam Thomas is getting X and O's drawn from him. I was laying the plane saying this. Jock Vaughn said Cam Thomas had to play hero ball in game 1 and game 2. We got to put Cam Thomas in a situation where he could score the ball without playing hero ball so we could impact winning, not just giving him good stats game after game. But I'm listening.
So, my little assessment on what y'all going to do next week. I got y'all beating the Hornets. Miami, I think y'all take an L there. And I got y'all beating the Bulls. So, T-Time got y'all coming back from next week, 2-1. That
would be 2-3.
3. Yeah, y'all be 2-3 by the time we come back next week, in my assessment. You know what I mean? But let's check out the Knicks. We play the Pelicans tonight on the back-to-back. And we on the
Who's home? The
Pelicans. So we flew from Atlanta to New Orleans, which is not a crazy flight, but still a lot. You know what I mean? I got us winning that game. Against the Pels. It's gonna be a close one. Close. Zion is playing, so gonna be wild out there.
Yeah.
Julius Randle versus Zion is gonna be wild out there. Like 2 bulls in the China shops. You know what I mean? Then We got a
Maybe, yeah.
not a back-to-back situation, but we play these two teams.
Mhm.
I mean, we play this team back-to-back. We got two games against the Cavaliers. Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
and
so y'all play the Cavs twice.
yeah, we played them Tuesday. No, actually, no, it is a back-to-back. We played them on Tuesday in Cleveland, and then we played them on Wednesday in New York.
Mm. Damn, y'all got a tough schedule. Y'all got a back to back to the from
We
last
win
night to this night.
we win both of those games against the Cavaliers.
Oh, for back to back?
Yeah, we gonna win both of those games. Fuck those guys. Fuck
Okay.
Donovan Mitchell. Fuck Jared Allen. Fuck Karis LeVert. Fuck Darius Garland. Fuck that
Mm-hmm.
whole team. We gonna
Mm-hmm.
win both of those games. All right. And then Friday we play the Bucks. We gonna take an L there.
Oh, so y'all got 4 games before next week.
Yeah. So I got us 3-1 coming back into the show, which makes us 4-2 by next time we pull up. You know what I mean? So
all right. So hold on. Let me get my assessment on that game. Now, the back to backs I always think is tough. So this not really going against the Knicks. It's just that I feel like those games is tough. I give that advantage to the Pelicans for this very reason. But the Knicks are on a high because they came off a win, so it is possible that they win. But being who I am, I'll just say that the Pelicans win. Then the next game he said is versus Cleveland. You said?
Yeah, we got 2 versus Cleveland.
I got y'all. So on back to back, both of them are away games.
Nah, the first one is at the Cavs, and the next one is at the Garden.
Okay, I got y'all losing that first one, so I got y'all losing 2. But that third game at the Garden, I think y'all cleared them. Like no competition. Y'all get them out of the gym. They stinking it up, making it look bad. Get the Cavs out of here, right? Fuck those guys. Pardon my language. And that Boston game.
No, it's the Bucks.
The Bucks. Giannis versus Randall. Tough. But I know that's Mitchell probably gonna be guarding Giannis. Still tough, man. It's who's home? Who's home?
The Bucks.
Yeah, the Bucks got it. I give it to the Bucks. So coming back, I got y'all. Sorry, man. I got y'all with 3 losses. Yeah, 1-3. I got y'all 1-3 coming back. So that will make y'all. So y'all got 2-4.
That'll make us 2-4.
2-4. Okay, so y'all 1-1 right now.
Yeah,
y'all play 4 games. Yeah, but yeah, I would say 2-4. But y'all might sweep Cleveland. I'll give y'all that at most. At max, I would say 2-2. That y'all would beat Cleveland both games and lose to the Pels because of the back-to-back, and the Bucks because y'all on the road. So being fair without just trying to be a troll or whatever, I would say 2-2. I don't really. I know they won't get back. I know there's a few vloggers that's Cleveland Cavalier fans. They definitely won't get back. So I don't know, man. I kind of want to say they'll win one. They'll win their whole game. Y'all win y'all home game. But I don't really see y'all beating the Bucks. And y'all could beat the Pels. But Zion is such a wild card. It's like if he plays well, then yeah. But if not, and then Jalen Brunson, I don't think they got nothing for Jalen Brunson. They got that guard from Brooklyn. I think his name is Grand Theft Arroyo or something like that.
Alvarado.
Yeah, he's good, but I don't think that he got what it takes to stop Brunson, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying?
I think this is where I got the Knicks winning, because they're going to put Quentin Grimes on McCollum. And they're going to take McCollum out the game.
Yeah, and Brandon Ingram can't do it by himself.
Well, he not, because he got Zion. You heard? Like,
oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But I think RJ plays Brandon Ingram well because his strength. You know what I mean? Like, and RJ's gonna make Ingram defend. You know what I mean? So Ingram is gonna have to play both ends of the basketball. CJ McCollum's about to be in hell, so greasy. He's gonna be in hell, bro. Same way that Trae Young was in hell last night. CJ gonna be in hell, bro. You know what I mean? Welcome to hell, bro. Because it's not only just Grimes. It's Hart and DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo had like 3 steals last night. You know what I mean? Like, welcome to hell for CJ McCollum, bro. You know what I mean? So That's why I got us winning. We're gonna take away one of their top scorers tonight and make Zion have to beat us himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's all I got. I know we about to close out.
Yeah.
And but shout out to y'all. Will TBA for the Cook Culture Live. I see y'all on the page. I see how y'all giving it up. Shout to y'all, man. But that's all I got until next week, man. You did you forget anything that you wanted to mention?
Nah, I'm good. Shout out to everybody on the pull up. We see y'all next week. You heard?
All right, y'all. Take care, y'all. Peace.
Peace.